everybody, welcome to another Experts in Cars episode from Screens. Today I am joined by Elias, who is part of our benchmarking team. He's one of the most experienced team members, and he benchmarks most of the vehicles that you get to visit and see on screensauto.com. And not only that, there's a little celebration going on. We have just released our 100th car on the website, so go check that out as well. We are sitting in a, let's call it for now, Italian brand, but we'll come to that later. We're sitting in the Alfa Romeo Tonale version of Speciale. Elias, take it away.
If you're used to higher standards, I think you might be comfortable with this car. I think if it comes to system, and if you're not like really into system, and it's not like something you're daily going to do something with it, then you might be really happy with that, I guess. So it does what it has to do. So you find all the functions you need. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. So in the most cases you might using this system, and or if you want to really use the system of the car, you also find all the necessary features, let's say. But if it comes to like innovative, or let's say something you didn't see in any other cars, then you will maybe be disappointed here a little bit.
I mentioned it's an Italian brand. We know that it's acquired by Stellantis Group, and with that merger comes a bit of disappointment as well when it comes to the HMI.
Right, so if you know Stellantis, the owner of a lot of car brands, for example Alfa Romeo and Maserati, Peugeot, Opel, Vauxhall, Fiat, just to name some. They have two systems as I know it, and one is the one we have inside of the Alfa Romeo, Maserati and Jeep, for example. And then there are the other system we have in, for example, Opel, Vauxhall, and Peugeot, and these are similar systems you find in these brands, but they just slightly adjust the view or the look of the car. For example, one highlight was a little bit in the Maserati, that the same system we have here was kind of brought further. We had a head-up display, we had a sub-unit, we had an clock with a digital display where we can change stuff and also see the voice assistant and stuff like this. But system-wise it was the same, but here we have only really the basics, so head unit, instrument cluster. There's no more displays available.
I remember when the Maserati was benchmarked, and not sitting in the modern Alfa Romeo, I felt super high class, Maserati, the whole brand. But now seeing that they trickle down the same features and even the same basic look into other brands, I feel not disappointed, but I'm not sure what I would be paying for.
Like the point I have here is that the Maserati kind of should be a higher valued brand, so in my expectation, but as we see it right now, it's kind of similar, only we have sub-unit, O-clock and head-up display that stands out. So, but the rest is totally the same. There might be some design differences, but like the build quality and the general feel in the car is pretty similar. But if something is missing, if something is wrong, something don't work, then it will not work for all of these cars. Agreed. So this is the kind of the risk about it. So of course it's easier to maybe manage one system and fix bugs, whatever. Maybe this will lead to a good solution, but on the other hand, you lose
an identity of the car as well.
Identity and stuff like this. So it kind of makes a similar feeling. So it doesn't. There's not so many outstanding brands anymore. In particular from Stellantis.
Going back to the HMI and architecture in this particular system,
Yeah.
how would you rate it? What would you say? How does it feel to operate?
I wouldn't say that the system is bad at all. So I think you're pretty fine with all the features. That it works smoothly. So there's no lagging. The resolution of the displays is high and sharp. So if you have all of these expectations on a car, you will be satisfied. But if you want to go further, if you're a technic nerd or you want to have the newest tech in the car,
Yeah.
this is not for you. So this is like more of design. This one is more like, I would say, the car looks pretty decent from outside. So I would say the Italian designers made a good job here.
Did you encounter any problems while doing the benchmarking of the system? Anything in particular that was a bit, troublesome?
No, actually not, because I think the system, this is, I think, one of the benefits, making one system, because you already know the issues, or you should already have fixed it in previous modules, previous brand versions.
Yeah.
So in terms of like bugs or anything else, no issue at all. The system is not fully loaded, so we don't have to have the really high risk that there might be bugs and stuff like this. So the system is, I would say, 2 to 3 years already on the market. So I think, on the other hand, there should also be no issues anymore. So yeah.
As for the aesthetics, like you said, for sure it has the racing spirit in it. Even the start-stop engine button is on the steering wheel. The IC display mimics the regular dashboard with needles and meters.
Of course, you can change the view, but we're still in this kind of gauges style.
Yeah. There's enough information on the display for all the necessary things as a driver you would need, which is quite nice, because with some of the newer cars I found myself searching for things because they were basically missing from the display. In this case, it's very familiar. If you drive any car at all, you will find necessary things here without switching the menus. Something interesting that Elias has pointed out to us while we were preparing to shoot this vehicle was the fact that this interior is almost one-to-one copy of a Dodge Hornet. I'll post a picture now. There's slight cosmetic differences, but I guess this comes with Stellantis and the arrangement they have.
Exactly. If we compare the dashboard and the system as well, then we see that there are highly
similar.
Steering wheel the buttons looks the same. But I think, of course, this might work because like you don't have these brands in the same market. Nobody will recognize, most likely. Only the people who knows.
But you did recognize.
Right,
so,
of course. I mean, immediately.
If you have any comments or suggestions, questions about the vehicles, feel free to leave us a comment below. Guys, it's been a pleasure to have you here with us today. Tom?
Elias.